Hello again, everyone. Zack Attack is here with my TNA Impact Wrestling review for tonight, Thursday, March 28th, 2013. Of course, it was open fight night tonight, and it was live in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The first of 2 episodes. One's live, and of course, next week will be taped. Thoughts on the show. First off, the crowd was very good tonight. First match kind of woke everybody up. When it comes to the action, lack thereof tonight. There's only 3 matches tonight. 1 during the first hour, 2 during the second hour. I think it's the least amount of action I've seen doing a live Impact on the road since Impact's been doing the permanent on the road show. It was more towards promoting next week's show and also promoting Corpus Christi in 2 weeks. 2 title matches was made back to back. The TNA World title match and a tag team title match made for Corpus Christi, Texas. So, promoting those Impacts. And tonight, it was okay. More storyline building. More building up for future Impacts and focusing on the action of tonight's Impact. So we start off tonight's Impact by finding out that Jeff Hardy, who won the #1 contendership last week by putting it on the line in a triple threat match, actually a fatal 4-way, with him, Samoa Joe, Kananga, and Magnus, he'll be taking on Billy Ray in a match for the TNA title in 2 weeks at Corpus Christi. Now he comes out saying that he's in a good mood to celebrate, and he wants to call out somebody for open fight night. This is when we first found out about the match because Billy Ray came out from the crowd as Jeff Hardy was talking blah, 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 blah. Seems to be a lot of blah, blah, blah tonight. More segments than matches. Anyway, Billy Ray came out saying, "You're not going to call me out. We got a match in a couple weeks." So, who are you going to call out, Hardy? And then Anderson took the mic and said, "Blah, blah, blah. We never get out second chance. We didn't need a free pass. Hardy's had so many chances. Second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance, a fifth chance. We never had a second chance. We don't need a second chance." And Hardy was sick of all the talking, so beat the crap out of Anderson. And with that, the pack of wolves, known as Ace and Eights, hounded all over Jeff Hardy and began a gang attack on him until the TNA locker room cleared out to help even the odds for Hardy. And Samoa Joe came out, and Gold, Eric Young, all them tried to help Hardy out and cleared the ring of Ace and Eights. And Anderson was the one to be called out by Hardy. So it'll be Anderson and Hardy tonight. The main event tonight, Hardy calling out Anderson, the member of Ace and Eights. He wants to fight tonight. And not only fight Anderson, of course, he also found out that his match against Billy Ray in 2 weeks at Corpus Christi, like I said, they were promoting more about the title matches in Corpus Christi. Hardy would name the stipulation. Hardy would name the stipulation during the main event this evening. Now on to the tag team title match being revealed for Corpus Christi as well. We would have a #1 contenders match for the tag titles, as Bad Influence was called out by Chavo and Hernandez, who wanted revenge for getting screwed out of the titles last week by Bad Influence interfering in their match last week. So they wanted to call him out. Chavo and Hernandez did. And Hernandez, it's just me or they get shaved. He was clean shaven tonight, no beard. He was clean shaven all around. Smooth as a baby's bottom is all I gotta say about Hernandez's shave job. Anyway, so Chavo and Hernandez called out Cass Daniels. They said Hogan's gonna stack the odds up, make this a #1 contenders match. And it was revealed that the winner would take on the champs at Corpus Christi in 2 weeks when Hardy takes on Bully Ray in the stipulation match of Hardy's choice. Like I said, we'll find that out later. But first, these are tag matches that start off Impact tonight, even though it was the only match of the first hour. You'll be about 45 minutes for a second match. So I kind of feel bad for the Jonesboro people, but I hope they put on more matches next week for the next taping. We already know a gut check's going to happen, plus an X-Division match, which I'll talk about in a moment or two. So, Chavo and Hernandez looked very good at the beginning of the matchup. But of course, Bad Influence, the best heel tag team besides the tag teams, took advantage midway towards the matchup, doing great tag work and great double teams like they always seem to do. I like the new t-shirts. They're kind of cool. Hey, they're heels, but they're my favorite heel tag team in TNA besides, like I said, the tag champs of Wood and Aries. So Hernandez and Chavo being underhanded by Kaz and Daniels were, of course, taking every opportunity they can to try to cheat their way to retaining their opportunity to get the TNA titles again. But of course, Hernandez and Chavo did their own double team work and a double suplex move, sent up Chavo Guerrero and the Frog Splash on Daniels and a 1-2-3 victory from Chavo Hernandez in a decent tag match to open up Impact tonight. As Chavo Hernandez would get another shot, speaking of teams getting second chances, let alone a third chance, because they were supposed to get a rematch 2 weeks ago. They got attacked by Ace and Eights. The rematch took place last week. And now they get another shot against Rude and Aries in 2 weeks in Corpus Christi. So, there you go. Now on to the next segment. I thought it would be a match, but it ended up being a segment where a lot of segments would come head to head. So Taryn Terrell came out, and I knew exactly who Taryn Terrell was going to call out, because Taryn Terrell no longer Knockout's referee. She's, of course, a wrestler, a knockout. So she called out, basically no surprise, no shit, Gail Kim. So Gail Kim came out, we were hoping for a match, and Gail's like, "You're going to challenge me on your first night in the Impact roster, get embarrassed by me? Someone else wants to get their hands on you, who you've underhandedly screwed. Well, you were a referee." Should have guessed, should have known, but I didn't think of it. Tara, another woman that Taryn was blamed for stacking the deck. So yeah, Tara came out with Jesse and Toe, of course, a boy toy, and double teamed with Gail on Taryn until Velvet Sky came for the rescue. I thought we'd have a tag match then and there, but there was no such match. Maybe the tag match between these 4 knockouts will take place next week. Like I said, that was more about storyline building and more about building towards future and bigger impacts, especially the one in Corpus Christi in 2 weeks. The live one. But Taryn did get her hands on Tara later on. After that segment, she saw him backstage, beat the crap out of him backstage. Taryn is, of course, enraged. And now that she's officially a knockout, she, of course, wants to indeed raise hell. I think she may not be trained properly, so maybe that's why they're holding off a real debut. Hopefully it won't be like, fine, fail, dangle. So, there you go. Taryn Terrell, first night, they didn't get a match. More like a segment. Hopefully a tag match will take place next week with her and Velvet against Gail and Tara. But I would not be surprised if Bruce Pritchard made this a segment, not a match. Because Bruce Pritchard, I'm hearing, is not a big fan of knockouts matches. Now we have another segment involving Sting and Hulk Hogan. Now, we've seen the last couple weeks, Sting and Hogan's close-knit friendship is being questioned and being torn over Hulk Hogan's anger at Sting. For Sting letting Hogan to believe that Bully Ray was the guy and to trust him. And of course, as we all know, Bully Ray turned his back on everybody, and Hogan's been mistrusting Sting and kind of questioning Sting's trust. In the last couple weeks, Sting's tried to apologize for Hogan and hear none of it. You know, he's like, "Sting, it's your fault we're in this mess, so fuck off," basically. So Sting tried to get into Hogan's head again. Sting was balled from the building, but TNA security let him go anyway. So Sting got in the ring, wanted to make up to Hogan. And Sting's like, "Hogan, it wasn't just me. I fed this whole Bully Ray thing into your hand. You are the general manager. You're the one that made the big decision." So Hogan's like, yeah, I'm the GM. I take responsibility. But I don't want anyone else talking about it anymore. So Sting, get out of my ring. And it's probably the loudest I've seen the Jonesboro crowd. They booed the hell out of this decision. And Sting wanted to beat up Hulk Hogan then and there. Hell, Sting even called out Hulk Hogan. But of course, the surgery wouldn't let him fight, probably. He did walk pretty well without a crutch. Now, he walked with a crutch, and he seemed pretty well without the crutch. Anyway, so Sting and Hogan were both away. Sting got kicked out, and Matt Morgan saw him. Maybe Sting and Matt Morgan could have another feud. They had a feud a few years ago. So maybe, because Matt Morgan's like, "I'm taking care of all Hogan's mistakes." He beat the crap out of Joseph Park last week. So he's like, take care of another one of Hogan's mistakes. Hogan mistrusting Sting and the Sting relationship crumbling. So maybe Matt Morgan and Sting will fight eventually. Now, on to, and of course Sting's like, he wants to make things up with Hogan. You know, Sting wants to fight Ace and Eights, but he doesn't want to fight him until he gets the support of Hogan again. Tries to get on Hogan's good side again. So we'll see how long it takes to Hogan and Sting kind of bury the hatchet, or probably never will. Or it'll take another match to make Hogan turn good again. Because remember, a few years ago when Hogan was part of Immortal, Sting fought the real Hulk Hogan at Bound for Glory 2010. And that's when Hogan turned face. Actually, it wasn't 2010, it was 2011. 2011 Bound for Glory. and Sting made Hogan turn face, basically. And Hogan turned his back on Immortal. So maybe Sting will have to fight. We'll have to fight Hogan again to bury the hatchet. So there you go. Now on to our next match. Well, segment turned into a match. James Storm. We would kind of think who he would call out. AJ Styles. The man that James Storm's been wondering about and wanting answers from for the last couple weeks. They had a little bit of a head-to-head confrontation last week, but AJ just walked away without saying anything. AJ came from the crowd. Of course, Storm wanted a piece of AJ, but AJ walked away. Again. Like, AJ's kind of trolling us, so who knows what AJ's next move is going to be. So as AJ walks away, here comes Ace and Eights. Doc, Briscoe, and Bischoff. They all come out to beat up Storm, and here comes Eric Young and Angle to even the odds. And I thought it would be like the knockout segment. I thought that knockout segment involving Gale, Velvet, Tara, and Terrence Terrell would lead to a match, but it didn't. But this segment involving Storm, Angle, Young, and Ace and Eights did lead to a 6-man tag. So finally, after 45 minutes, we get our second match. Ace and Eights in a 6-man tag taking on Kurt Angle, Eric Young, and James Storm. Now, so these are 6-man tag. Team TNA did take the advantage early on, especially isolating the crap out of Wes Briscoe, being inexperienced, especially getting beat up by Angle a lot. But of course, they took advantage of. They isolated the hell out of Eric Young for most of the other match. Like most of the second half of the match, Ace and Eights really took over. Quick tags in and out, especially Briscoe and Bischoff working well together. Who knows? Like Taz says, maybe they may be future tag team champions. But in my mind, they should be a face tag champion. Maybe Chavo Hernandez may win the tag titles again from Wounded Aries to build up a possible tag match for the titles with Briscoe and Bischoff. So Ace and Eights can get the tag titles too. You know, Ace and Eights got the the television title, the world title. They won all the titles probably. So they may want to get the tag titles next and have Briscoe and Bischoff go for them. And they did have some decent double team moves. Like Doc came in, eventually became the heavy hitter, as Taz would say on the commentary. It beat the crap out of Eric and Angle until the hot tag to James Storm. Storm came in like a house of fire, beating up on all 3 of them. But indeed, Angle got another tag following Storm, got beat out by Ace and Eights following a hot fury. And Angle was ready to finish off Ace and Eights, giving a German suplex to everybody. But as Angle was putting the finishing touches, here comes D'Lo, the VP of Ace and Eights, like it or not, from the back to distract Kurt Angle. With Angle distracted with D'Lo, Gary Bischoff grabbed a chain and was ready to hit Angle with it. Angle missed the chain hit, got Bischoff in the ankle lock, but Briscoe, still down from Angle's German suplex, got back up as Angle had the ankle lock locked in. Briscoe rolled up Angle, got the tights, 1, 2, 3 victory for Ace and Eights, stealing one with kind of an underhanded opportunist ending with Briscoe rolling up Angle as he was putting the ankle lock on Bischoff. So there you go. Doc, Briscoe, and Bischoff gets the victory. Where another Ace and Eights member gets the victory as Mr. Anderson would fight in our main event tonight against Jeff Hardy, and he was ready to lose his mind. Up and here, up and here. Now, before we get to the main event tonight, we have matches made not just for Corpus Christi with the TNA title match. We'll find out the stipulation during the main event and the X Division, actually the tag team title match. We got 2 matches made for next week as well, taped from Jonesboro. It'll be gut check yet again as former Ring of Honor champion and competitor Adam Pearce makes his TNA debut against Magno, whatever his name is, a Mexican guy, Lucha Libre wrestler, because these two will fight for the opportunity to be the one that the judges of the gut check will determine who will get the TNA contract. And also next week, we have an X Division number 1 contendership. Like I said in my tagline today, I like the new strategy of every X Division match, title match or not, being 3-way and having a weight limit again. And the match last week, a triple threat for the X Division Championship with Zema Ion, Sanjay Dutt, and Kenny King was a great triple threat. Kind of a spot fest and botch fest from Sanjay. Sanjay was one that got pinned. Sanjay has another chance to get another shot against the champ. he would have to compete in a triple threat qualifier with Mason Andrews, and the returning, yes, back in TNA. I don't know if it was one night or not, but great to see him back. The master of the best wrestling move I've ever seen, the Canadian Destroyer. Yes, Petey Williams is back in TNA after a stint in the Indies, especially here in my home state of Michigan, being the Clash Wrestling Champion. There's a local organization here named Clash. He was the Clash Wrestling Champion here in Michigan. And now, Petey Williams, well, he's Canadian, so Michigan's not that far from Canada. So Petey Williams, back in TNA. Hopefully it's full-time again. He was a great wrestler. I loved his character. I'm glad to see him back in TNA again. Hopefully they use him better this time around. So we'll see if Petey Williams can get a shot against the X Division champion, if it's one time or not, as he fights Mason Andrews, I think he was a gut check guy, and Sanjay Dutt in the triple threat qualifier next week. Now on to our main event. Jeff Hardy taking on Mr. Anderson. Hardy came in like a house of fire because Hardy's been frustrated in Ace and 8, especially since Ace and 8 kind of screwed him out of the TNA title by interfering during the match at Lockdown with Bully Ray. So we had Hardy coming in like a house of fire, but Anderson got the upper hand during the commercial break, countering a Whisper in the Wind move, and focusing on the arm of Hardy, weakening his arm for most of the match with arm bars, arm locks, focusing on the arm as Anderson was taking advantage of Hardy. It was a pretty good main event, pretty decent, exciting main event as Anderson was taking advantage of Hardy and beating the crap out of him, eventually weakening the arm. Hardy came back with the atomic drop and a leg drop, and another drop kick to the face. And Hardy tried to pin Anderson the first time, but no. Here comes the ending at the Samoan drop of Anderson. Anderson kind of tripped. Oh, happening. I forgot to mention that. I think before I get to the ending of the match, is this me during the 6-man tag that James Storm and Garrett Bischoff had a botch or something? Anyway, there was some kind of botch in the beginning of the 6-man tag, but anyway, as Anderson tripped up Bischoff, tripped up Hebner, here comes Bischoff with a bullhammer for Anderson to nail Hardy with. As Anderson was waiting to nail the hammer on Hardy like they did in the past, Hardy countered and got the twist of fate on Anderson. But Hardy's sick and tired of being nailed with the hammer many times by Ace and 8. He nailed the hammer on Anderson, causing a disqualification, leading, of course, Anderson to win by DQ. With Hardy nailing the hammer on Anderson, we thought Anderson was going to lose his mind. Hardy was the one that lost his mind. After the bullhammer attack that led to the DQ, Hardy went all crazy, steel chairing the hell out of Anderson with 2 steel chairs, even grabbing a table and a ladder. It was waiting to be a big splash under Anderson through a table. But just before that, Bully Ray came from the back, pulled Anderson off, and took the table away without Hardy nailing Anderson. So he basically saved Anderson's ass from a nasty splash from Hardy. So Hardy grabbed the mic and said, "Bully Ray, I name my stipulation for a match in 2 weeks at Corpus Christi for that title. No holds barred. Basically, Full Metal Mayhem. TNA's version of a tables, ladders, and chairs match." I think I've read many comments that it would be I thought in my mind when Hogan did say Hardy named the stipulation, I knew the same thing as many others. Ladder match of some sorts, because Hardy is the king of ladders. But it involves tables, too. That's down Bully Ray's alley, too. So it's going to both their strengths. The tables and the ladders. The way that the Hardy Boys and Team PD / the Dudley Boys feud started. Tables matches, ladder matches, TLC matches. In their case, Full Metal Mayhem. So in 2 weeks at Corpus Christi, we have Full Metal Mayhem match for the TNA title, Hardy and Bully Ray, and also the tag titles. Chavo Hernandez gets another shot against Wounded Aries. But till then, next week, we got Gut Check and the return of Petey Williams in a triple threat X Division title qualifier to face the champ, Kenny King, in another triple threat probably. So there you go. That is it for my TNA Impact Wrestling review. Not a lot of action tonight. More storyline building and more announcing matches for future Impacts. So there you go. But the crowd was great nonetheless. Hoping to get more matches next week. Because the taping as well as Jonesboro for next week. That is it for my Impact Wrestling review. Thank you all very much for watching. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you all so much. Have a great Easter weekend, everybody. Yeah.